What's up, guys? I'm back with I don't know what happened there, like my brain froze up. I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm going back into the vaults to review The Purge, and I watched it in on the 4K Ultra HD. I love the premise of The Purge. I think it's one of the best concepts in horror movie history. You know, one night where all crime is legal, just all chaos can break loose. Just anything can happen. There's an infinite amount of possibilities, great chances for wild violence and just general sleaze. Unfortunately, the concept ended up in the hands of Blumhouse, and so in this first movie, it's everything cool is happening out in the streets. So of course, what's the logical thing to do? Lock us up inside of a house. So we end up with like a decent home invasion type movie, as like Ethan Hawke and his family are holed up in their house, and the son ends up letting in a wounded guy out on the street, and then a whole bunch of masked freaks show up and demand that they push the guy back outside so they can purge, as is their given right. And the rest of the movie is like whether or not they're going to push the guy out. Well, who the hell is that guy? And then there's some other like interrelationship threads as well. It ends up being a decent movie, but again, this concept is so awesome. It just feels so wasted to lock us up inside of a house and give us kind of a generic horror thriller. The performances are fine though. I love the freaks in this movie. I think they're awesome. I think they're the best throughout the whole series. I do like the crazy Purge Girl crew in the third one, but I think the freaks are still the best. The masks are creepy, like the girls in the white dresses that are dancing around is super creepy. I just wish that, like, I don't know, I wish it was crazier. I wish there was more going on here. And of course, since it is Blumhouse, it means that there's very little gore. And what we do have is mostly CGI, which is a real downer. I don't know why Blumhouse hates practical gore, but they seem to just absolutely hate it. I don't know if it's just because they want to rush through the productions or what, but no nudity, unfortunately, either. This pretty much ends up just being like a thriller that happens to have a little bit of horror to it, mostly in the premise. It is fun to watch, especially if you like home invasion movies. But to me, it just seems like such a waste because the premise is so great and just none of it is taken advantage of here. All you want when you watch this movie, I think for most people, is to get out of the house and out into the streets so you can see all the cool stuff happening. And you get just a very little taste of that in this movie. I watched this on the Ultra HD 4K. It looks really good. I don't know. Wasn't a huge improvement over the Blu-ray. So I'm kind of thinking it was probably like a 2K up convert, but I can't say that for sure. So don't hold me to that. But it definitely didn't look like, eye-popping, huge improvement over the Blu-ray like some of the better 4K discs are. So it's just a very minor, if anything, improvement. I didn't do a side-by-side, but I think if you put this in for most people, they would think they were watching a Blu-ray. They wouldn't be like, wow, this is 4K. As far as extras, I don't remember what's on the disc. Sorry. It's probably got like commentary, featurettes, deleted scenes. I don't know. It doesn't say on here, and I didn't watch them because I didn't really like the movie that much. I know this sounds like it's a really negative review of The Purge, but actually it's not. I think it's a decent movie. If it was just a home invasion movie and the whole Purge premise wasn't involved, I think I would like it a lot more. But because the Purge premise is involved, all I want to do is just get out of that house, and see all the wild stuff that's going on, and unfortunately you don't get to do that. I would still recommend it, though, if you're a fan of home invasion horror or just kind of, semi-acceptable horror thriller movies. It's definitely not the worst I've seen, but, it's just kind of right in the middle of the pack. So that's my review of the first Purge movie. I'll have the reviews up for the other two that are out so far sometime later today. It's probably by the time you see this, they'll at least be up or being in production. So thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you like it, please do check out my website, markfusion.com. You can read full write-ups on all three Purge movies there, as well as hundreds and hundreds of other horror, cult, exploitation, all kinds of movies, video games, TV shows. I'm also on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at markfusion. I also have a Patreon if you want to get exclusive content. All that's at markfusion. But the best way to help me out, as always, is to hit that sub button. That's definitely, it's free, it's easy, and if you like the videos, please do press it. It helps me out greatly. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I genuinely do appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you soon.